Howdy there, doo-doo neighbors. How you doing, YouTube? It's your friendly neighborhood going to get food in the early morning. And it's still kind of cold outside. So anyway, a lot of you guys have been asking me, Robbie, what should we invest in? Well, I'm going to tell you that you should be putting some money aside from those tax return checks. That's right. We're going for one of those long-term Merinos. So, you guys know Flame of Destruction comes out, what? Very late April, early May. And we're not quite sure on all the TCG exclusives in there, but what we do know is those Troy Mare monsters, basically the anti-firewall looking thing, and the chick that special summons one from the graveyard. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? The one that gives you an additional normal summon? Yeah. Those particular set of monsters kind of really changed the way that the OCG executed a lot of their decks, and I think it's a little bit more than people kind of just realize, that the monsters in that set really kind of changed the way in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general was played, because that was a lot of new, technically, quote-unquote, link monster staples that got it added into the OCG pool. Now, we also don't know what the 10 exclusives are at this point. I've been joking for a while now, saying that, well, Cherubni's probably going to be a prize card. And you know how the West loves fucking Burning Abyss. It's been our baby for a while now. And I would laugh if Cherubni was honestly anything other than a prize card. But with Flood coming out, you have to realize there's still hope for Bunny Ears, Needle Fiber, the Amorphage Link, and a few other things. But as a set with externally amazing value going for it, not even to mention the topological Link 3 that fucking nukes back row, and honestly pretty much every other goddamn good card in the set. And plus it's going to be the last set wrapping up the Vendread and FA hype train, so the initial support in there is going to be a little bit better. It's the last set of the block, honestly. And by the last set of the block, I mean, typically the last set of exclusives tends to be usually the best. Sometimes I've been wrong, sometimes they'll throw us total shit, but they usually will use this to kind of wrap up, patch a lot of the problems, and then the OCG will get their hands at the deck to make it just a little bit better. So, Flames of Destruction being the last initial set before the WCQ in North America, a lot of people like to open sealed product, contrary to what most people tend to believe. There are a lot more people on this channel that are like, is it almost indefinitely? It is almost worth it to buy singles, in the very few exceptions of the card that you're trying to pull is lottery. I don't know how many times I've seen random posts. It's like, hey, go into Walmart to buy packs. And then the guy will come back, he bought 5 packs. I always joke about back in the day with what was it? Phantom Darkness or whatever. The amount of people that would pull single Dark Arms from Walmart was, oh my god, it was so insane. A lot of players, it's a lottery ticket to them, It's something that if they pull that high-end card, they can turn around and sell it and get more of what they want, Especially to the more casual intermediate players, they want to play their Mystical Cerberus deck, things like that. They don't really give a fuck if they pull the competitive card. It's just free money to them to complete their decks, So a lot of people need to understand and value that. It's actually kind of sad just how many people actually don't. So that's the good thing about money cards. In the hands of the casual intermediate players, it allows them to get shit done and complete their strategies for the most optimal value. And then, come TCG, it's like, oh my god, how can I rip them off? God, this community has such a terrible mentality with just trying to get one up on each other, trying to make the most maximum profit they can. It's not a good thing, but it's definitely not a good thing. But I never really liked that part of our community. So, moral of the story, Flames of Destruction is going to be something that you should probably be focusing on as a whole. You've got enough advance notice at this point that you can be like, hey, like, I should probably save up a little bit of money for this set. You know, give yourself a little bit of leeway. You know, don't be caught with your pants down, literally, after tax season. You get your tax rebate check, you know, put a couple $100 aside for singles from the set just to make sure, like, you're as competitively good to go as you can be at that point in time later in the year. Because if you're caught with your pants down, you're going to be extremely angry at the world. You're going to be like, no, Konami is against me. Yeah, because that's totally how our community works all the time. Oh, food time. What are we getting, boyos? I love when my window's frozen shut. Hello? Oh, that works. Haha, Value Town. Let's
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I get number 1, please? Large,
Medium or large?
large size Coke, no ice. No pickle on that. No salt on the fries either, please.
Hold on. No ice.
Do-do-do-do.
No pickle. No salt. Anything else?
2 McDoubles with no pickle, sub onions for sub onions. That'll be it.
You said McDoubles?
Yes. Food time, food time,
No
food.
pickles. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
10.56. Where's my number?
Ooh, cheap. Food time. So, Infinite Phantasm, or Infinite whatever the hell it is, it's the monster effect negator that you can activate from your hand. The Graveyard Designator, the one that removes a monster from the graveyard and negates all of the monster's effects, which is the anti-hand trap. We get the new, what is it? Hand trap in the, or stop graveyard effects, basically. It's like DD Crow, but doesn't remove the monster. All these are in Flood. Now, we can almost, without any doubt in our mind, the hand trap's probably going to be a secret rare, because Reaper, Ash, and all of them have been secrets. So we're definitely going to continue the trend there. There's absolutely no reason to change that at this point. I would be absolutely shocked if they went against that algorithm. Now, the Graveyard Designator is in an interesting slot. The TCG almost logically will make that a secret rare, because that card is so fucking phenomenally broken that there's absolutely no reason for it not to be anything other than a secret. Now, my argument for that is, if that's a card that if Konami deems that all players need, then it will be in a lower rarity, which I could see it being a super as well. Now, I guess I can even see it for an ultra, but like, I mean, Double Helix is an ultra, and we all seen how that kind of went. But if it's an ultra, it's going to push 20. If it's a super, it's going to push 6 to 7, because everybody's going to need fucking 3 of it. And then, of course, if it's a secret, well, you know, you can just kiss your wallet goodbye. And then, of course, I also wouldn't be surprised if Infinite Phantasmal is the monster effect negator is also a secret. Wow, it's like almost predicting every good card in this set to be a fucking secret rare at this point, which I do feel bad. Like, I don't wish that upon anybody, having a set like Flood that's supposed to be extremely good for the game. Oh yeah, and don't forget, we're going to probably have Troy Merrick Griffin as a secret rare as well. So that's 4 secrets out of 8, basically, already. You're kind of spinning the dice around. You know, D-Berry evenly matched for secrets. There's no reason why, you know, the trap version won't see secret rare as well. Like I said, the only one that's kind of floating around in the void right now is just the Graveyard Designator. Definitely, Konami, you can play me there. I'll be interested to see what your decision is for that rarity. I'm sure it's already done. You have the entire set design. You're just sending it out for printing now. But, you know, at the least, I'm curious to see where that's going. So, like I said, Flood is one of those sets you don't want to be caught with your pants down, because the way it's shaping up already, it's going to be the best set of the year, hands down. It's going to be the set where, honestly, if you buy a box, you could probably strike gold. Especially, like, if Needle Fiber Cherubini end up being in there as secrets, like, logically that won't happen, I don't think, but, you know, sometimes I get a curveball thrown into my stories. So, keep that in mind. But the long-term factor for Flood and the immediate effects, You gotta remember, this will be the last set, so whatever's in there won't get reprinted in the Megatins until, what, 2019? That's another interesting way to look at it. We're still feeling the effects last year from Ash Blossom being in that last cutoff set. And if you're going to be planning for that, use your tax money, save a little bit of it, put it aside, and just be prepared for the initial worst case scenario, because we know that Summer Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the most expensive Yu-Gi-Oh! And going into that, you best be hoping that you have everything that you want ready to go for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because a lot of those prices are going to start getting really fucking disgusting really fucking quickly. And I definitely would not be surprised if we end up seeing multiple $30, $40, $50 cards from Flood the way it's looking right now. So guys, this is my 2 cents. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Tell me how horrible I am at prognostication, as per usual. And I hope this wraps up this little discussion video. I'm going to go consume my food. Later.